Some memories never fade. No matter how much time passes, they cling to you. Shadows that follow, whispers that echo when the world grows quiet. This isn't just a story about a trip to Las Vegas. It's about a night that started with laughter and ended with something none of us could ever explain. A night when our friend Mark vanished into the unknown, and what followed still haunts me to this day. I was 23 years old when this happened. I'm 27 now, and there hasn't been a single week that's gone by where I haven't thought about this trip. It was supposed to be fun, our way of celebrating our friend Mark's 21st birthday. We planned a trip to Las Vegas. Mark was always a laid-back and quiet guy, the kind who blended into the background. We knew he hadn't really lived the wild side of life yet, so the plan was simple: get him drunk, let him loosen up, and hopefully give him a night to remember. We checked into a budget-friendly place, the Carriage House Hotel, booking 2 rooms since there were 7 of us total. My room had 4 people, including Mark. As soon as we dropped our bags, we went out to eat. We were starving. After that, we hit the casinos just to say we did it. Out of all 7 of us, only 1 actually made money. As the night went on, we drifted through different bars. The later it got, the blurrier everything became, and somehow everything was funnier too. We ended up in a nightclub that was absolutely wild. At some point, 2 of our friends, Chris and Eddie, walked out with girls, giving us that look like they were about to get lucky. We laughed and let them go. The rest of us tried pushing Mark to talk to someone, anyone. Even with the alcohol in his system, loosening him up a bit, he was still too shy to dance or approach a girl. Eventually, out of desperation, we came up with a ridiculous idea. If he couldn't meet someone on his own, maybe we'd find someone for him. We left the club and walked down the strip. That's when we spotted a woman walking alone. Fueled by drunken confidence, we went up to her and awkwardly asked if she'd be interested in hanging out with our friend Mark. I can still remember her voice. It was low, almost unnerving, the kind of tone that makes you glance at your friend as if to say, "Did you hear that too?" She studied Mark from head to toe, then without much talking, slipped her hand through his arm and led him away down the sidewalk. We laughed at how awkward he looked, but we weren't really worried. We even followed at a distance, curious to see what would happen. The woman didn't say much, just kept pulling him along. After about 15 minutes, maybe more, they reached what looked like an old apartment building. She led him inside, and that was the last we saw of them. We figured he was finally getting his big night, so we went back to the club, proud of him in a strange way. Hours later, around 2 a.m., we headed back to the hotel. Mark wasn't in either of the rooms. At first, I wasn't too concerned. Chris and Eddie had rejoined us and were shocked to hear what we'd done, but they also brushed it off. Still, deep down, it didn't sit right with me. Mark was not the type to disappear like that. I tried texting and calling him, but he didn't respond. My friends told me to relax, and eventually I passed out. I woke up to the sound of a ringing phone. Groggy and half asleep, I thought it was my alarm, but then I realized it was actually Mark's number. My heart sank. I answered, putting him on speaker so everyone could hear. His breathing was heavy, ragged, like he was panicking. When he finally spoke, his voice was a whisper, broken and trembling. Most of it didn't make sense, but there were words we could understand. "It was that woman," he whispered. "You guys, you have to get here. Right now, we all froze." We tried asking where he was, what was happening, but he didn't respond clearly. Then, just silence. We were shouting into the phone, begging him to answer, when something in the background cut through. The faint sound of movement, followed by a strange, distorted noise that didn't sound human, and then the call ended.